Welcome, everyone, to the Better Love Movement podcast, where you will finally learn how to intentionally do dating and relationships right. My name is Anita Stoudmire, and I'm a licensed professional therapist and your personal love mentor. I've worked with thousands of singles and couples, giving them the skills needed to attract and keep the amazing love they desire. It's my heart's work to help people to get the skills needed to not only become the very best versions of themselves, but to help them grow and evolve emotionally and relationally. You can absolutely have the romantic relationship of your dreams. Come and let me show you how. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of the Better Love Movement podcast. I am your podcast host, Anita Stoudmire, resident dating and relationship coach, licensed therapist, and all-around proponent of all things love, healthy love, marriage. So this week we are in episode number 130, and it is entitled, Take Control of Your Love Life. What empowered dating looks like. So, I can't believe it has taken me this long to get to this part of our journey with dating, with relationships, especially for my single ladies who are out here dating. This is something I talk about quite a bit on IG, and it is, being empowered in our dating, being empowered when we are positioning ourselves for a healthy relationship. And what do I mean by that? So when I say, yes, ladies, I want you to take control of your love life, not take control of a man. Two very different things, but I want you to be in control of the choices you make. I want you to be in control of, what you accept. That's super important because remember, we cannot change others. We cannot control others, but we can control ourselves and we can change ourselves. That's actually the way to get everything we've ever wanted and dreamed of, even when we're in relationships. The fastest way to change another person is we change. We change how we respond, how we react, and that person, in fact, has to change because we're not doing the same thing. We're doing something different. So this week, I just wanted to talk a little bit about empowered dating. This is something that I encourage all of my single women to do. And it means that you are going to approach dating, with a very positive attitude. You're going to make the best choice for you. You're going to make an informed choice. You're not going to simply fly by the seat of your pants. You're not going to be led around by your heart and your feelings or the chemistry that you feel or how good looking he is or how good he smells or what he has or what he does. You're going to make informed decisions about the men you date, about the men you are in relationship with, and certainly about the man you marry. Okay, so empowered dating means we don't blame the men. We don't shame the men. We don't sit around talking about what the men are doing or what they're not doing. We stay on our side of the fence. We stay on the feminine side of the fence, which says, I am incredibly powerful in how I interact with men. I am incredibly influential and inspiring to a man. So I have no need to want to control him because I just my being, just being who I am, it inspires a man to step up. Very different mindset. It's a very different mindset. But this is where I want you ladies to start going. I want you to go in the direction of, I'm empowered, right? So here's one of the ways I see women who are out here dating and they're not empowered. They wait for the man to choose them. They put all the power in the man's lap, right? So here's what that looks like. A lot of women have heard me say that you're not going to call a man, you're not going to text a man, you're not going to pursue a man. And that is true. I'm not. Okay. And I don't encourage you to either. And some people would say to me, I've actually had a couple of male coaches say to me, well, that's not very empowered, because if you want something, you should go out there and get it. Well, if you want to maintain healthy polarity in a relationship, if you want to be the girl, that's really not how that works. Now, I allow my ladies to go out there and get a degree. I allow them to go out there and buy a home, take a vacation, and do anything else that they want to do. But if they want to be the girl in their relationship, they will lean back and they will allow a man in his masculine to step up. They will allow him to lead and they will submit to his healthy leadership. That's how that should work. So, no, if a woman is taking the lead in the pursuit of dating, of courting, she then becomes the man. He who speaks first is male. Okay, so if she's the first person to approach, if she's the first person to get the conversation started, if she's continuing to keep the conversation going, she's playing the role of the masculine, which guess what? Because we need polarity, we need balance, the man is falling into the role of the feminine. If he is not doing that, like if he is a healthy masculine man and he's just not doing that, he's just not interested. He's going to show disinterest because he's like, nope, not interested in a woman pursuing me. Not interested in a woman calling me first and planning dates and telling me what to do, telling me where to be, and telling me when to get her and pick her up and telling me where to go and telling me how to drive. If he is truly a healthy masculine man, he's going to be completely disinterested. Totally disinterested. But what we have seen recently is this shift where, because modern day men are so completely tuned out as to what healthy masculine is, they have, then gone over to the feminine side and said, well, maybe this is how modern day women are. Maybe this is how it's done. Maybe this is, it's 2021, Anita. This is how it is. This is how it's done. But then they get into these relationships with very masculine energy women, and they find themselves feeling emasculated. They find themselves irritated and annoyed. I can't tell you how many husbands come into my office, and when I ask them the magic question, do you feel respected? Do you feel respected by your wife? There's either a long pause. There's a no. No, I don't. There's a sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. And that's the truth. That's a man's truth, that no, I really don't. I feel, disrespected. And remember, ladies, things that a man deems are respectful are not things that you and I with each other would see as disrespectful. But to a man, it's disrespectful. So we have to learn the language of men, right? Back to empowered dating. So these male coaches say, no, women should go after what they want. That's empowered dating. They should shoot their shot. They should walk up to a man, or they should ask a man out. They should give a man her number, or they should get his number and call him and plan a date, take him out, pay the bill. No. Not if you want to be the girl, you don't. Empowered dating looks like I engage with men who are interested in me. I am receptive to a man's healthy pursuit, or I am polite when letting a man know that I am not interested in him pursuing me. That's empowered dating. Empowered dating states that, okay, if I am open and receptive to a healthy man's pursuit and he is pursuing me, but that pursuit grows cold, it grows indifferent, it gets inconsistent, right? If that pursuit gets inconsistent, if it grows cold, if he appears less interested, I don't try harder. I don't then lean in or try to convince him, hey, I'm here. Look at me, call me, text me, because you are playing the role of the masculine. You are trying to lead the man back to you. No, it looks like, okay, well, I've got a rich, full life. I've got other things to do. I've got projects. I've got things going on at home. I have other friends. I have things to do. And so I'm going to now pull back. I'm going to lean into myself. I'm going to lean into the other things that I have going on. And if that man does not step up, if he does not pursue me in a reasonable amount of time, I just disengage. I disengage from that man. I have had men that have, openly pursued me, have told me they were interested in me. And after about a week or two of them calling and me being receptive and us talking on the phone and texting and trying to get to know each other, if their pursuit grows cold, I had one gentleman in particular, his pursuit grew cold. A whole month went by. And when he reached back out to me, you know what I told him? Oh, it's so nice to hear from you. And he was like, well, how have you been? I know we never got around to really going out or doing anything together. Would you like to go out? Oh, unfortunately, I'm in a relationship. And he was like, excuse me? I'm in a relationship. I'm already exclusively dating someone, but thank you. And what that told him is that no one's waiting around for you. Like, no one's, that's empowered dating. I'm not waiting around for a man to make up his mind about me. I'm not waiting around for a man to call me or text me. Number one, I'm leaned into other activities. I'm doing other things. I have a rich, full life. I'm busy with my life and things that make me feel good. And two, if longer than, I'd probably say a week, like if 7 whole days passed and I didn't hear from that man again, I probably would disengage. Unless he told me he was in the hospital or something crazy happened, I would just disengage. I wouldn't respond to his calls or his texts, or I would answer and would just let him know, oh, thank you so much, but I'm no longer interested. Or, oh, thank you so much, but I'm seeing someone else. I would disengage from him. Because again, I'm sending an empowered message that I am not the girl that you set on a shelf. I am not the girl that you set down, and when you return, I'm going to be waiting right there for you. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Someone else will have come along and have picked me up and have said, oh, I would love this. I love this. I would love to have this as my own. That's probably what's going to happen. That is empowered dating. Ladies, when you are waiting on a man, when you are so tied and so connected to a man that you barely know, to a man who isn't your man, and you're waiting for him to choose you. You're waiting for him to make up his mind about you. That is not empowered dating. You are leaving your life and that choice and your destiny up to someone else when you can make a choice. So a lot of times women will tell me this when they are in a relationship and the relationship is stalled. It's very indifferent. It's very ambivalent. It doesn't feel good anymore. The woman says, oh, I'm just not sure what's going on here. We're not really making any progress, or it's just very hot and cold. It's very inconsistent. One weekend we'll have a great weekend, and then 2 weeks will go by and nothing. He doesn't call me or doesn't text me, and I'm trying to lean back, Anita. I'm trying to do what you're saying. And, I find myself calling him or asking what's going on, what's happening. And I just say, okay. And you can have, an adult conversation. And what does that sound like? This doesn't feel good to me. It doesn't feel good when you go days without calling. It doesn't feel good when you go weeks without planning a date. It just doesn't feel good. And can I be honest? This is how a lot of men in 2021 are going to answer. Well, you can call me. You can text me. You can plan a date. Right there, that's telling you who you're dealing with. So you're dealing with one of two people. One, you're dealing with a man who just isn't that interested. Can I be honest? He's just not into you. Or two, you're dealing with a feminine energy man. A 50-50 man who says, oh, I pursued you initially, now you run after me, right? Because that's what 50-50 is about. I pursued you, now, I'm getting tired of that, now it's your turn to pursue me. No, thank you. So that's who you're dealing with, that's who you're going to end up with, and you're going to do that little dance for the rest of your life if you choose that man. but I'm not interested in that. So, you got 7 days. 7 days. If I don't hear from you, if I don't get a text or a call, if I feel completely disconnected, we're done. We're done. I make decisions for my life. I get to decide. That's what empowered dating is. I get to choose or not choose. I get to tell a man, oh, that doesn't work for me. That's what empowered dating is. It's not about him. It's not up to him to tell you, oh, I will choose you in 6 months, 9 months, a year. I just need time. I just need to, breadcrumb you and do this ambivalent dance off and on for about a year, and then I'll choose you. And there's no guarantee of that. And yet you allow these situations to play out where all this time is wasted. This person's going back and forth. They're not sure how they feel about you. And know this, any answer other than yes is no. Period. So, I got to get myself together. No. Oh, I just really need to lean into work right now. No. Oh, I don't know what it is. It's just something holding me back. No. All of those answers are no. Oh, my kid is sick. Oh, there's a million excuses that a man can give you. But the reality is the answer is no. The answer is no. And so an empowered woman who's out here dating, she hears no. She doesn't hear the excuse. She doesn't make excuses for him. She hears no. And she moves on. She goes on to date other men. She goes on to, she's continuing on her dating app journey or meeting people out or meeting people through friends. She continues on. Because that's what empowered dating is. We don't get hemmed up and stuck with men who, are wishy-washy. We don't do the wait and see. We only accept men who have a clear plan and a clear direction for themselves and their lives. So, that's what empowered dating is. Empowered dating says, what I want, what I need, and avoiding what I don't want comes first. It actually comes before any specific man that I might choose. Because remember, what a lot of women do, they see a man, they meet a man, they date a man, and that man, they got a feeling about him. There's a chemistry there, and they're like, he's the one. They put that stamp on that man, right? He's the one. I have chemistry with him. We're talking. The communication is great. He looks great. Oh my gosh, I haven't met a man like this in so long. And they stamp him with the one. Then, as time goes on, they realize, wow, there are a lot of things that I want and need in a healthy partner that this man can't give me. I want to have children, and this man already has children and doesn't want to have more. I want to get married, and this man doesn't believe in marriage. I want to fill in the blank, and this man cannot or will not give it to you. And what do? You stay with a man and you sacrifice what it is you truly want and need. There's nothing empowered about that. There's nothing empowered about that. And can I be so honest? Can I be truly frank? That if you have to sacrifice some of the things you want and need to be with this man, I don't believe he's the one. You're not the one. If what my heart desires, what God calls me to is marriage, and you don't want to get married, you're not the one. Like, that's my answer. Because I believe the man for me wants what I want. We want the same thing. We want to provide it to each other. We want to have a healthy relationship. It's just like fidelity. The one is faithful to me. It is not a struggle for him to be monogamous. It's not a struggle for him to be faithful. And if I meet a man and he appears to be amazing, but yet he cannot be faithful, He cannot be loyal to me. So you got two choices. One, you can have that man, but he's going to be unfaithful. You're going to have to deal with, him being with other women. But hey, you still have access to that man. Okay. Or two, you can go to someone else who can give you fidelity. You can actually have what it is you want and need from someone else. And that's a thing. That's a thing that for some reason, women get stuck. They get stuck in this idea of, but this guy, I want it from him. Oh my gosh, if I had a nickel for every woman who told me that when I told her, hey, these are your two options, stay with him and not get what you want and need, or move on and get what you want and need. But I want and need it from him. There is nothing empowered about that because, again, you are at another person's mercy. You're sitting around waiting for this man to give you what you want. And that's just not going to happen because for whatever reason, he may not want it, he may not need it, but that's not something he wants to do. And yet you wait. You wait, he'll change his mind. I'll give him another 6 months. I'll give him another year. I'll give him another 3 years, 5 years. And this whole time, you are shrinking inside because what you really want, what you really need, you can't get. So there is nothing empowered about that. Empowered dating looks like, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. This is what I need. And you avoid the don't wants. You vet and qualify every man you meet, every man that meets you, that is interested in you. You vet and qualify them. There are many systems in which to do this, but you do it. You do the work on the front end. You don't lead with your emotions. You lead with your rational mind. Does this make sense? Okay, let me see. This guy, he's funny and we have a good time, but he's unemployed. He's living with his mother. He's living with his sister. He lacks ambition. He lacks drive. He's not a good leader. He's got 8 kids. Can I be honest? None of that makes any sense and will only complicate you having a happy, healthy relationship. All of those things are roadblocks to you having a happy, healthy relationship. I want you to choose someone that has the least amount of roadblocks possible. Because the truth is, we've all got our stuff. Okay? You're not going to get a man that's perfect, that everything lines up, everything just matches you perfectly. There will be some things. One of the greatest gifts that Mark Manson's book gave me, he taught me in that book that when you're choosing someone, look to the worst possible things about them. Like that's your litmus test. If you write down the worst possible things about them or the things that annoy you, and you look at that and you say, you know what? I can deal with it. That's how you're going to pick that person. You're not going to pick them based on the best of them. You're going to pick them based on the worst of them. Okay? That's how you're going to pick, and you're going to use your rational mind, not your heart, not your little emotions and your feelings, because that's all wrapped up in all the good stuff. But your rational mind is looking at all the stuff you don't like and that you don't want. That's how you're going to decide. That's how you're going to choose. You're going to write down everything that could possibly be a big red flag, a big roadblock. Then you're going to look at those things and go, can I live with it? Can I live with it? Can I overlook it? Can I deal with it? And be honest with yourself. So many people lie to themselves. You're lying to yourself about what you can handle, what you can deal with. And the truth is, be honest. 8 kids by 6 different women, that's a whole lot. And I think people do this because, again, they're stuck on, but he's the one. I want him. So yeah, I can deal with it. Come on. But here's the thing I'm going to tell you that I know for sure. In 53 years of living, see, I figured it out. I look to the bad stuff because you know what I know? My little feelings, my chemistry, my my butterflies, my chemical reaction is going to calm down. I'm going to be around this person and be around this person and be around this person. And guess what's going to happen? I'm going to get used to them. I'm going to feel those butterflies less and less. They're going to become, instead of, this is a different person. This is someone new and exciting. No, I'm going to get used to them. I'm going to get used to seeing them, hearing them talk. I'm going to get used to all the stuff they do. And guess what? When that little in-love feeling starts to wear off a little, guess what I'm left with? All the things that irritate me. All the things that annoy me. The 8 kids by 6 different women. Not having a job, not having a car. That's what you're going to be left with. And trust me when I tell you, you're going to feel a way about it. You have to do this on the front end. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to move slowly. You have to stay out of the bed. All these things are going to help you to see a person as they really are. And that's how you choose well. Like I always tell people, 50-50. 50%, oh my gosh, this person's amazing. The feelings, the chemistry, the connection I have with them is just like no other. That's 50%. The other 50% is, this makes sense. This actually makes sense to my rational mind. I can, or the bad things about them I can live with. Both of those things have to come together and coexist. But you cannot just live on the first one. You can't just live on love. You can't. Both of those things have to come together and the situation has to make sense. You have to feel respected. You have to feel acknowledged. You need time from the person. You need them to show up. And so choose wisely. That's what empowered dating looks like. And it does look like you choosing, not falling. We're not falling in love. We're not falling anywhere. We're choosing love. And that's why whenever people tell me, well, Anita, you can't choose who you love. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. See, but you got to do it before you call yourself falling in love. You have to do it from the beginning. You can choose or not choose. So can I be frank with you all? In the first 3 months, the chances are really low that you're in love. You are in lust. You have a chemistry with that person. But are you in love? Are you in love with that person? Probably not. Probably not. And that's even for you all that are having sex that soon. You're not in love with that person. You're in lust. You like the chemical feeling that they give you in your body, but you don't even know that person. You're not in love with them. And what I encourage is stay out of the bedroom. And in that first 3 months, make a decision, make a choice from your rational mind, not from a love drunk stage, not from oh my gosh, I've been lonely for so long. And then here comes this person and they're saying everything and doing everything. And I just want to dive in. That's the time for you to sit back, for you to really look at this person. Really vet and qualify this person. Who is this person? What are the things about them or their lifestyle or their situation that may not be a good fit for me? One of the things I have been telling people recently that is a big, lifestyle no for me is dating a man with young children. That does not work for my lifestyle. I am literally giddy at the thought of my twins going off to college in 2 weeks. I am just over the moon about it. To finally have the mental real estate to think, to read, to not have to, daily, oh, you're doing this, you're doing that, you have this appointment, you have that appointment, oh, you're working, oh, you're doing this, worrying about your driving, worrying about this, worrying about that. Like I can just take a little break. And it's not that it 100% goes away. I still worry about my kids wherever they are. I still think about them wherever they are. but I get a little bit of a break because I know they're at school. They're safe for the most part. As long as they're where they're supposed to be and doing what they're supposed to do, they're relatively safe. But a man with young children, I mean, he could be a fantastic man. He could be an amazing man. But unfortunately, that's not a lifestyle I'm interested in. I'm not interested in being a stepmom to a 5-year-old. And the men tell me the same thing every time. Oh my gosh, you're such a great mother. You're like such a great mother. This would be awesome. Yeah. And now, I have all of my children are adults. Yes, that was a season. That little kid season is over. I'm not interested in going back to that season again. That's why I had my uterus removed. I can't have any children. So, no. That's just a lifestyle choice. And that's my choice. I don't want to date a man with young children. And I don't see myself, bending on that. Because people say to me, oh, but what if he was perfect in every other way? What if he was perfect? And yet he has a 5-year-old. And I was like, again, that in-love feeling is going to wear off. It's going to wear off. It may take a year. It may take 2 years, 3 years. And then I'm going to be stuck being a stepmother to an 8-year-old. So, no, I know myself pretty well. And I encourage you to know yourself. That's another part of your empowered dating strategy. Know yourself. Really get to know yourself. So I am an introvert. I am an INFJ. That is my Myers-Briggs personality test results. And that basically means I'm not going to be out every night. I'm not going to entertain every night. I am drained, completely drained by being around other people. See, and I finally embrace that. Like, I get it. That is why when I have speaking engagements, I have to take days, weeks to recover because energy is just sucked right out of me when I'm doing those type of engagements. I cannot, do those engagements and just bounce right back or do them back to back to back. I can't do it. But see, I know that about myself. And now here's the thing. The more you know about yourself, the more you honor about yourself. So now, once a week, I can have a social outing. I can have friends over. I can go out to dinner once a week. And if I'm really pushing it, maybe twice a week. But that's it. I'm not one to just, I have to have people around all the time and entertaining. I could spend weeks alone because I am a true introverted person. So again, know yourself. Be honest with yourself. Don't run away from who you really are. That's empowered dating. And then having the courage. This is another thing that I'm seeing women really struggle with. They don't have the courage or the confidence to boldly tell a man what they want, what they need, what are you looking for? Well, I'm just, I'm out here having fun. I'm just trying to meet people when you're trying to get married. And just say that. Here's how you're going to say it. It is my hope to be a wife one day. It is my hope to be a mother one day. I'm really looking forward to being a wife and a mother one day. And so, I'm open to that. That's my ultimate goal for dating and getting to know men is that one day I will be a wife. I will be a mother. I really look forward to that. You have to say that with boldness. And you also have to say that with courage because if men go, well, I've already been married and I'm not interested in doing that again. Oh, unfortunately, we're not a good fit then. Like, I don't have any time, any minutes, any seconds, any days, any hours to give to a man who says very succinctly, I don't want to get married. If my goal is to get married and he's telling me right now, I don't want to get married, we're done. We're done. And I don't care how good looking he is. I don't care. Oh, we're so compatible. Oh, we both like this. We both love dogs and we both love movies. And it doesn't matter. This man cannot give me what I really want. And that is to be married and to be a wife and to be a mother. And so that's the part of you, the empowered part of you, the rational part of your brain that says, we're not a good fit. See? We are not a good fit. And guess what? You send him on his way, and there's no way in this world you going to sit here and tell me, oh, Anita, but I was in love with him. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. You went on one date. You were honest. You did what Anita told you, which is you were courageous. You said, well, I want to be a wife one day. I want to be a mother. That's my ultimate goal. He told you that's not something he would ever do. You sent him packing. There's no tears to be shed because you did not love that man. Now, you may be disappointed. That's an honest answer. But don't sit here and try to sell me on, it was love at first sight. I really had strong feelings for him. You don't know that man. You don't know that man. And trust me, you're better off sending him down the road than him leaving down the road 2, 3, 5, 7 years from now. And guess what? You're no closer to marriage than you were that first night when he told you he's not getting married. So send him down the road. I really strongly encourage a woman to determine after 3 dates with a man, if this could be something or if it's nothing. 3 dates. He gets 3 dates. And again, you're not going to sit here and tell me, oh, I'm in love with him. We've been out 3 times and I'm in love with him. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm not buying it. But in 3 dates, you should have enough intel. So 3 face-to-face dates and some phone calls and some texts. You should have intel to say, okay, it looks as though I can get my wants and needs met with this person. And I should be able to meet some of his wants and needs too. And so I still don't have all the information I need, but I could move forward. I could move forward to get more information. 3 dates and some phone calls and some texts. And if you can't, after that amount of time and the phone calls and the texts, you're not asking the right questions. You're probably not asking any questions. You're being regaled by his stories or him complimenting you or his smile or his sexiness or his, whatever is your thing. But in the first 3 dates, I want you to be sweet and soft and feminine. I want you to be fun and flirty. And I want you to ask questions and I want you to pay attention. That's it. I can do both. And I believe as a woman, you can do both because you can multitask. You can use both hemispheres of your brain at the same time. So in that regard, you got a man beat. You can smile and also really listen to everything he's telling you and then say, ooh, he just said he's not getting married. See? And you can smile. I remember a man telling me about his 6-year-old and I just smiled and laughed and had a good old time. And later on was like, unfortunately, we don't have the same lifestyle, and I think that could be something that really, wouldn't be compatible for us down the road. And he was none the wiser. He was thinking, oh my gosh, this woman's crazy about me. And we just had a fantastic date and she laughed and had a good time. And oh my gosh, I can't wait for us to go out again. And then he comes calling me and I have to give him the bad news. Yeah, our lifestyles are just not compatible. Well, what is it? Well, I don't see myself being with someone with young children. I'm just at a point in my life where I really enjoy, traveling and going out on weekends. And, I would love to have a partner to do those things with. And yet you're still very much in a child rearing phase. You're very much, seeing your child every other weekend. You're not able to just up and travel. I get it. I totally get it. And sometimes a man will say, oh, so I'm being penalized for being a good father. Oh, that's so messed up. I'm being penalized. No, you're not being penalized. You're just not a good fit for Anita. You might be a wonderful fit for some other woman who has younger children. And she's in that stage in her life. You're not being penalized. but you are being disqualified. Okay, let's call it that. You're being disqualified for Anita because we don't have the same lifestyle. And again, I don't want you to feel bad about saying that. This is all about empowered dating. And the biggest part of it is you are brave, you are courageous, you speak your truth. That's what empowered dating is. You don't wait around and see if people pick you. You don't give away your power to people instead of making decisions for yourself. You make decisions for you. If a man breaks off communication, you say to yourself, how long can this go before I go about my business? So for me, it's 7 days. Maybe it's longer for you. Maybe it's shorter. But you get to decide that. That's what empowered dating is. You get to decide if you date smokers or not. You get to decide if, a man 10 years older is just a little too much. You get to decide if a man 10 years younger is not a good fit. But the key here is you get to decide. And no one should make you feel bad about it. But you have to be courageous when you're empowered in your dating. You have to be prepared to stand up and stand in your truth. I have told men who are far older than me, no, I don't think we're a good fit. Oh, well, now you're just, are you, you're discriminating against older men. No, that's just not my preference. And again, nobody makes me feel bad about that. Nobody makes me feel bad about that. Or if a man is too young. I had a man 28 years old fall into my DM today. And I was like, thank you, but no thank you. There's too big an age gap. No, that will not be a good fit. We're not compatible. Oh, well, you're a woman and I'm a man. What does the numbers mean? It means a lot. Okay, I can't go to my oldies but goodies concerts with you. You don't know who they are. You don't know what's going on. There's certain references you're not going to get. Okay, and yes, I like that. I like that banter. So, you gotta be strong and you have to be courageous and you have to control you. You can't control anyone else, but you can control what you do. You can decide what works for you and what doesn't. That is what empowered dating is. You've got to take control of your love life. And remember, this is your love life. Now, when you find that person that's a good fit for you, this becomes our love story and our life story. But until then, it's your love life. Okay? You're making the best choices for you until you become a we, right? That's how that works. So don't feel bad about that. Don't let anybody make you feel bad about that, about making choices that may disqualify them. As I always tell my ladies who have high standards, the only men that are going to have problems with those high standards are men who cannot meet them. They're the ones that's going to tell you, you're bougie, you're doing too much, you want too much. Okay, but you've got to be strong enough to say, all right, well, I guess we're not a good fit for each other. And then they're going to pull out the sharpest of swords. Ladies, I got to warn you, they're going to pull out the sharpest of swords. Guess what the sharpest sword that a man has that he tries to cut you up with? If you reject him, or if you have a standard that he can't meet, here it comes. It's the mother of all sharpest swords. He pulls it out and says, that's why you're single. And you've got to keep your cool. You've got to say, yeah, I guess it is. That's my response. I don't break a sweat to that at all. And then guess what? That sharpest sword, it falls away. It turns into a wet noodle because that doesn't hurt me. You saying that, oh, that's why you're single. Yeah, I can't be with just anybody. I have fully breathed in that knowledge that I can't be with just anybody. I won't be with just anybody. I have a really great life all on my own, and I'm looking to have that life upgraded. I'm looking to take good and make it great. That's what I'm looking for. That's what being with a man is going to do for my life. It's going to take it from good to great. It's going to take it from great to amazing. That is what I'm looking for. And if being with a partner can't give me that upgrade from good to great, I'm just going to stay at good, right? Because I'm not going to go from good to mediocre. I'm not going to go from good to bad. Why would I do that? I'm already at good. So I'm not going to go down from good. I'm going to go up from good. That's how that works. So yeah, I guess that is why I'm single, right? Yeah, I guess so. But you've got to take the sting out of that. You got to take the pain out of that and just say, okay, that doesn't mean you saying that is not going to make me lower my standard. It's just not. So, okay, I get it. You're right. I guess that's why I'm single. And then you keep it moving. But empowered dating is for the brave. It's for the courageous women. It's for the vulnerable women. It's for the women who are ready to, keep going. For the women who are saying, you know what? I'm going to keep going on this path until my husband finds me. That's what empowered dating is. We don't give up. We don't get frustrated or just give up once we get frustrated. We may be disappointed. We may take, a day or two to feel the disappointment of that, and then we go right back. We've made a commitment. And especially those of you who have not been married and have not had children, you're going to have to be the bravest of the brave. I'm just going to be honest. You have to remain consistent and persistent until you have what you want. Women like me, and a lot of people have told me this. They're like, oh, the reason why you're so confident is because you've already been married. You've already had your children. So you're not living under this pressure, this black cloud of, oh, I may never get married. I may never have children. Okay, maybe that's true. I'll accept that. But I am still very persistent. I have still made a commitment to continue my journey until my husband finds me. I would like to be married again. I'm not having any more children, but I would love to spend what would be the rest of my life with a good, healthy, masculine man. I would love to be in love. Love is amazing. Love is like the most amazing drug ever. Because sometimes when people are love drunk, they make really bad decisions, just like they're on opiates, or on cocaine. But love is amazing. It's the best high ever. And once the high kind of wears off and it turns into this, very calm and stable and supportive love, right? This comfortable love. To me, it gets even better. And so, yes, I would love to spend the rest of my life, with a good, healthy, masculine man, doing things together, traveling, having a good time. I would love that. And so I stay on the journey. I stay positioned so that my husband can find me. But I am also enjoying the life that I have. See, that's what's interesting. I'm not abandoning my life in this, positioning for my husband to find me. I'm actually able to do both. I'm able to live a rich, full life and have fun and spend time with my girlfriends and spend time with my family and doing all kind of things and being in my purpose. I'm able to do that, and I'm able to position myself for my husband. I'm able to date. I can do both things. And that's what I'm asking you to do. Keep your options open. Don't feel like you have to hone in on one person, especially if you're not exclusive with that person. I want you to just keep your options open. Allow that person to pursue you. Allow him to call you and to text you. But don't say in your mind, okay, I'm going to take my dating profile down. I'm going to stop, letting men try to pursue me, or, men at work are trying to talk to me, or men here are trying to talk to me. But nope, I'm going to focus on this man. You know how I feel about that, there's a chance, and I'm not saying for sure, but there's a chance that if that situation doesn't work out, you then experience, a huge disappointment. And then you're constantly in this flux of starting over. So I want you to stay open and available to whoever may come, to whoever may be interested. And until one of those men says, hey, I'd like to date you exclusively. I'd like for us to be in an exclusive dating situation. I'd like for us to be in a relationship. I'd like to be your boyfriend. I'd like you to be my girlfriend. I'd like for us to court for marriage. Until that is said, I'm meeting people. I'm getting to know people. I'm making friends. I'm going on dates. I'm not sleeping with anyone, but I am open and available. I am open and receptive. Okay? That is what empowered dating looks like. And I want you to start standing in that. I'm seeing too many women who are still very, they're just not confident. They're not being honest about what they really want. They're finding themselves falling into these situationships, having sex with a man under the guise of, well, I'll just use this guy for sex. I'll just use this guy for fun while I'm still out here dating and trying to find my husband. That's not going to happen. Can I be honest? That's not going to happen. That energy is all messed up because energetically, you're appearing to other men like, hey, I'm in something. Like, trust me, men are clueless, but they are not stupid. They can feel this woman is into somebody or she's doing something with somebody, and yet she's trying to date me. They can feel that. They can feel that energy all over you. It's just like when people say, are you single? Right? Meaning, I'm not sleeping with anybody. I'm not in love with anybody. I don't have a deep crush with anybody, and yet I'm here with you, trying to date you. They can feel that. They can feel it all over you. Be truly open and available. That's the energy I want you to give out. I am open and available. I am getting to know people. I am going out on dates, but I am not sleeping with anyone. I am not crushing on anyone. I am not, none of that's happening. I am exploring all of my options. That's the energy, the clean energy. So there are no roadblocks to your heart. That's the energy I want you to lead with. But when you start these situationships and then think, okay, well, the guy I'm in the situationship with is not my man. He made it clear he doesn't want a relationship. We're just hooking up. We're just meeting up every other week or whatever. And then you're out here trying to date other people. And you're wondering why that's not working out because they can feel that energy on you. So you either got to be all into this or into something else. That's what empowered dating looks like. But it's time, ladies. It's time for you to control your love life. Control yourself. Control what you do. We can't control what other people do, right? I cannot make a man call me, text me, commit to me. But guess what I can do? I can have healthy boundaries. And gosh darn it, I do. I've told plenty of men, okay, so we've been dating for this long and, it's my intention to be married again, or it's my intention to be in something serious. And if that's not something you want, then I need to move on. And I have a timeline. Like a lot of people have told me, oh, that timeline sounds like an ultimatum. No, it sounds like wisdom. It sounds like I'm not going to write you a blank check. Because that's what a man wants. He wants you to give him a blank check. It has no date. It has no amount on it. He can do whatever he wants with that check. No, I'm writing you a check. This is how much it's for. This is the date. This is the date. And if you can't, do anything with that, then, oh, well, I guess I have to move on. I have to, start again and move on and go out here and date other people. But I don't know why so many are afraid of doing that. And that is not a part of your empowered dating journey. You have to be brave. You have to be courageous enough to cut your losses when you see this thing is really not going where you want it to go. But I give these timelines so that you have some boundaries. You have some idea, and it's not a rigid, okay, 3 months or 6 months or 9 months or a year. Yes, I do tell you that you really can't know a person in less than a year. I believe that. And you need a year to see a person in all 4 seasons. Yes, I do tell you that. But maybe for you, it's 16 months. Maybe it's 18 months. It shouldn't be less than a year, but maybe it's longer. And so that's for you to figure out. But no one should just have free reign, free access to you indefinitely. That's just not healthy. No one gets, free access to me whenever they want, wherever they want, for however they want. It doesn't work that way. The truth of the matter is, I require an investment, and you should too. A man should invest in you, and that's how he's going to get a healthy return. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, ladies. Thank you so much for continuing to listen to the podcast. I mean, it just does my heart so good when I get your emails and your DMs and your 5-star reviews. Thank you so much. If you have not given the podcast a 5-star review, please consider doing so wherever you listen to podcasts. Please write a review. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. And I can see if I can create some content around something else. I don't know. If you have a question you would like to have answered on the podcast, you can always email it to me at info@betterlovemovement.com. Please follow me over on Instagram if you want to get Instagram live videos every week. We have so much fun over there. I have a question and answer every week, and then I usually just pick a topic to talk about. But there is so much good content over on Instagram. Please like the Facebook page, Better Love Movement, and please, please, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. I am trying to grow my YouTube channel. I am about halfway there to the 1,000-person mark, and you can be a huge part of growing the YouTube channel. So head on over to YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon if you want to be alerted when new videos are uploaded. And I am going to lean in to uploading more YouTube videos. That's something I know I need to do. So I'm going to be working on that in the coming months. But thank you so much for joining me this week and for being a part of the movement. And as always, stay open to love. Thank you for listening to today's podcast episode. If you are enjoying this podcast, please leave me a 5-star rating and review. Your ratings and reviews help me to continue to bring you more great content. Head on over to YouTube and check out the Better Love Movement channel. There's more video content there, and you can subscribe to be notified when a new video is posted. If you have a question that you would like to have answered on the podcast or in a YouTube video, please send it to me at info@betterlovemovement.com. You can also connect with me directly on the Magnify app to have your dating and relationship questions answered. That's MAGNIFI, and it's available on iOS and Android. You get your first 5 minutes for free. So give me a call and let's chat.